Right, we're walking in. This is probably going to be the final race of the year that we're at of any kind. So, once again, the World of Outlaws, day 3 of 3 here at the World Finals at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm ready. This video, I believe, is going to be the sprint car video. So, I'm going to have the other one of the late models and the modifieds. And tonight, we're doing it all. Every bit of racing that goes on this track is going to be filmed, so make sure you don't miss it. Thanks for checking this video out. Here we go. Heat number 1 of sprint cars. So I'm bringing you here to the track today. There was a lot of rain last night. Actually, it's not looking too awful great for tonight, but hopefully the weather holds up for us. But with the rain last night, they're going to have to do a practice session to make sure the track is racing ready condition. It looks pretty good considering all that happened, but I believe these guys, the guys in the first 2 heats are going to be on the first practice session. The guys in the second 2 heats are going to be on the second practice session. So that is why they're out here right now.
Next to take off from St. Mary's, New South Wales, on the
We got a couple of hot air balloons up in the sky. These guys are getting ready to do a practice session. It's now 7:30 right now. So a little bit behind schedule, but not too awful bad.
Right now, we will do it by heat races. There will be 4 time performance cars practice sessions. So the drivers and
pusher trucks or whatever you want to call them that help these guys get started off the track.
Time performance cars practice. Dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Practice is going to start. Like I said, everything that's going to be on the track, sprint car wise, is going to be filmed. We're going to let them start working in the track a little bit. The next session, they're lined up 4 wide, but you see the white one on
Another
the very edge.
2025 World of Outlaws
Rockwell High, number 24, the smallest guy with the biggest trophy case in the sprint car class. It's Rico Avery.
From Fresno, California, the NOS Energy Drink Elliotts. From Fairfield, Indiana, the driver of the center line boring Revsec Excavating, DNR Racing, Precision Overhead Garage Door, Smith Titanium,
So,
number
for those
49X,
drag
Kale
racing
Thomas.
fans on my channel that are still new to this, I never really explained this the other night.
And from
What they're doing is these sprint cars don't have clutches,
so
so they have to get the boost to start. And once they stop, they're dead. They cannot refire. They got to get a boost. I mean, they can refire as long as someone's pushing them. it's not like once they stop, they're completely done and out. But once they stop, they gotta have a boost to start. So, if you ever wondered why these guys push them, that is why, because they don't have
Drivers
clutches.
being instructed via the one.
I'm assuming most of you probably knew that, because you're probably not coming from the drag racing side of my channel. But after 4 years and 400 videos, there's a lot of drag racers that follow me. But hopefully some of you all are watching this. This is really cool. You know, coming from my side in drag racing, there's a lot of us that don't want anything to do with anything else, like NASCAR and dirt track racing. They can care less, but I've always tried to keep an open mind for it, and I've had a hell of a time this weekend. Tried to keep an open mind when it comes to this stuff. For whatever I watch, I just always loved all forms of racing my entire life. And, for anyone who's never been to a sprint car race, because I had never been to a sprint car race before this, I'd seen the micro ones, but never the 410s. I would definitely recommend it. You know, they don't shake the ground like a top fuel car does, but everything's unique in its own way, and nothing in the racing world even compares to sprint cars. And it's really cool because, you know, there's your comparisons, pro stock car to a late model, or you know, your late model stock for you round track racers that aren't dirt track racers. But there's always comparisons to be made. But top fuel in the drag racing world, nothing compares to it. And then the dirt side, the 410 sprint cars, just there's nothing that compares to it. It's incredible. These things are going so fast around the dirt track. It's crazy. So getting ready for the next section. Here's a guy who I interviewed. I also interviewed Rico Abreu, if you haven't seen that. One of the 2 sprint car drivers. They just did his introduction. The 13, Tanner Holmes, one of the nicest guys you can meet. Got one of the best YouTube channels. If you want to learn about these things, that's where you do it. Tanner Holmes. He does basically what I did for the junior dragsters all those years. Walked through, basically showed his whole routine and everything, and the traveling, and all it takes to drive a sprint car. And I've learned a whole lot from his channel, and I did an interview with him, and then after that I stood there and talked to him for about 10 more minutes, and he gave me some advice on how to get involved in this, and super nice guy. So definitely has not been a very winning weekend for them. This is his first ever time being behind the wheel of this 13 car, and he's going to be running the whole 2026 campaign with them. So pretty cool. Definitely worth watching all year next year. 71 RT right in front of him. Ricky Gordon pulling double duty tonight. Check him out in the late model video as well. Green flag is out for this hot lap session. Here we go. NASCAR Cup Series star making his debut this weekend for the World of Outlaws. This is going to be his third race tonight, but seeing his first ever time. Ty Gibbs, Danny Sams the third, and the 24 beside of him. Corey Day in the 14. He's been driving his ass off this weekend. Doing great. There's the 41 back there, Carson Macedo. Pretty stacked little group here. And there's plenty more that are big time guys. I'm just still new, don't quite know everyone's names yet. All right, the green is out for this guy. Getting ready now for heat number 1 for the 410 sprint cars tonight. Practice is over. The cushion is way noticeably lower than it was last night. David Gravel, I believe, is going to lead the way from his win last night for this heat. 2-time champion now. Good Lord, this weekend makes him a 2-time champion of the World of Outlaws Series. Second place Thursday night to Rico Abreu, and then won last night, passed Rico with about 2 or 3 laps to go and held him off, and I believe Rico ended up finishing second. So the feature tonight should be a pretty cool showdown. Chris Mark is up behind him, number 19. And I'll wait a second. And Mark was actually on a really good run, past Rico in the heat race to start, or no, the dash to start on the pole, and pretty much dominated up until about lap 16 last night, and then had problems. Rico passed him for the lead, and then 2 laps later he was in the wall. So we'll see what happens. I believe they're going to go green this next time by as the caution lights are out, so I'm not even going to cut the video. This Donnie Schatz in the 15th is going to be in the second row as well. It should be pretty entertaining first heat. I think 8 laps for number 1 tonight. So get ready into turn 3. And the green flag is down for the first race of the night. The 410 sprint car. struggle for David Gravel, and he will easily take care of the first heat. All right, we're getting ready for heat number 2. Rico Abreu, number 24, is going to start on the pole for this one after finishing second last night and winning on Thursday.
Rico Abreu on the pole for this one, picked up the feature victory here.
All right, the caution lights have gone out.
Pace truck exits the speedway at the end of the backstretch. Rico Abreu and Parker Price Miller.
Out of the last turn, he's got a tire down there. Wow. 3 out of the 4, the 42 here. He's going to be starting 4th as silent. Wednesday night, we were not here. That was the qualifying night. He qualified low for both the Thursday and Friday race.
10th on the grid from Hannibal, Pennsylvania, in the Trident Tour Maxine Union Federated Auto Shark Racing of 1S Logan is Shoehart. Final start of Devil's Lake, North Dakota. And Leonardo's Lifestyle Nutrition, Lakes Lake, Anna's Casino, and Tequila. Alexis Alliance, number 4, Colton Young.
So we'll see what happens.
11 cars going 8 laps, 5 more go to the feature from our Wicks Filters third heat race.
Also in the back of this one is Tanner Holmes. He's got some work to do if he wants to make the transfer to the feature tonight. I don't believe he's been in one the first 2 days. I think
Rosa
second to last row.
Yep. Truck, which will exit on the backstretch. Caution lights out around the retirement Chicago Speedway.
All right, the caution laps are out. We'll see.
1A Ashton Torker sitting in row 1. 10 Ryan 10 from outside. The 42 of Silage in row 2. 17 Sheldon Hodgson. 27 Emerson Axman row 3. 99 Skylar G. 71 RT Ricky Thornton in row 4. Then has 13 Tanner Holmes. 1S Logan Short and the 4 of Colton Young.
Don't want to contact anybody, and I'll tell you that much. getting ready for the fourth and I believe final heat for the sprint cars.
Danny Sams the third. Starting seventh from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the CB Valley Transportation. Glen Stars Racing, Steve Becker, Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jets number 6, Zach Hampton, and 8 in the starting order from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Monster Energy only. Pristine Auctions of Onion Windows and Doors number 84 of Time Gibbs.
Alrighty. Final heat of the day for the sprint cars. Final one of the season in the World of Outlaws. Coming up. Alright, caution lights are off. They're going to go green the next time by.
The third in row 3, 6 and 4-time Gibbs. 28 F on the row. Next quick row 17 cage. Won't permit.
Played all this time. Pretty rough starting positions and made very good runs in the features. Both nights. So I wonder if they can make a good run at this heat and get themselves better starting positions for the feature. Here we go. The green flag is out.
Feature. 7 starter from Chandler, Arizona. From the car number 7, Genie in race first. Trying to get racing against Charles
pretty soon, but also after that, it looks to be just a really light drizzle for just a few minutes, and then good for the rest of the night. So I don't think even if it does rain, I don't think it's going to cancel the event.
Number 3, Jacob Bigaball.
The 84 Ty Gibbs.
Devil's Lake, North Dakota.
Back in the feature tonight. Bill Rose is going to start second. He's driving every class this week. Ricky Norton Jr. in this one as well. He's going to start seventh. Get ready. This is the C feature coming up next. This time, but the next time they will probably go green.
You're a scratch in the 71 RT.
Norton Jr. did not make the call. Karn is not out
Going to
there.
pace truck from
Caution
exit.
lights are out, and we are about to go
Cam
racing.
Johnson and Bill Rose in the front row.
6:31
Skylar G alongside
p.m.
Gage Portman Betty in row 2. Chris Martin and Corey Eliason in row
for the
3.
World of Outlaws.
And Ty
Boss
Gibbs and
Energy
Jacob
Sprint
Bigelow
Cars.
in row 4. Colton Young and Glenn Stiers in row number 5. Also scratching the seat in the end of Greg Wilson.
Holy shit!
On the grid from Columbus, California, the
turnout
Sandra
for
Engineering,
tonight's
Four Cs
draw,
Construction on Creek
as
Plumbing, St.
David
Cal,
Gravel
Equipment to
will
Save
start
Lives,
first,
number 14
and
of
Rico
Corey
Abreu
Day.
is going to start
Starting
seventh.
fifth from Penn Grove, California, in the Toyota Race
Seventh.
Development Mobile
It's
One
way back
Motor
there
Sports World Enterprises, H.R.
for a
Livestock Transportation,
six
number
lap
83,
dash.
Buddy Coployd.
It's a lot easier to lose a lot of positions than to gain them in a dash race.
Start of the Toyota dash when he meets the strength and tournament for the next time.
So Rico has got his work cut out for him. Gravel's probably making a shot. Carson Day, Corey Day, starting fourth. He's been driving very well, like I said, all weekend. He's finally going to have some good shots. I'd love to see what he's going to do come the feature. Here we go. Gravel's going to lead him to the green. 6 laps for the dash. David Gravel will get the win of the dash, and he's going to start on the pole, followed by the 71, the 14 of Day, the 83, I believe the 9 finished in front of the 17. Rico Abreu will be 7th, and I'm not sure who's 8th. Alright, this is the last chance showdown. Tanner Holmes is going to start in 11th. I believe they said the top 4 are going to transfer to the feature in just a little while. Getting ready for the last chance showdown. 12 laps. 410 sprint cars. I believe this is going to be the final thing they do before the feature. I felt just a 1 or 2 little baby raindrops hit my head and hands. So it's really supposed to be light, if anything. So here we go, 12 laps. Firstly in row 1 is Bill Baylog, Matt Farnham, Tanner Holmes, Connor Morrell, Caleb Johnson, and Skylar G. Top 4 on to the feature. advice you gave me and everything. Great to meet him, a great guy, and if you ever get the chance, I strongly recommend you meet Tanner Holmes. Get ready, because I believe the next thing up is going to be the feature. Right, I'm going to say, as always, thank you all so much for being a part of my first ever 410 sprint car weekend here at the World of Outlaws Finals at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It has been amazing. The drivers are awesome. The cars are awesome. Just everyone is so cool, so friendly. If you've never been to one of these races, World of Outlaws, go. 100%. You have my recommendation. I can vouch for it. The World of Outlaws is freaking awesome. We're getting ready for 25 more laps. One final feature to end off the night. The sprint cars. It's not closing the show tonight because there are still 2 more features after this one, but these are some of the most badass cars I've ever seen in person. So cool. We're gonna have a few more videos up from this weekend, but I believe this is going to be the last race I'm at until January unless something unexpected happens.
Into turn 3 and now over to turn number 4 and get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports.
All right, here we go.
The absolute best that sprint car racing has to offer are 4 wide on display. This is the driver's way of thanking you for being here with us, not only this evening and not only this week, but all season long. In return, as always, we want you to get off the cell phones, light them up, stand up and make some noise.
They're gonna go green next time. 40 days starts in the 2nd row tonight. Rico Abreu back in 7th place in the 4th row. Carson Macedo starts pretty far back there, about halfway through the field on the outside. He's making some pretty good runs. But David Gravel, the champ, is gonna lead them to the green flag when they exit turn 4. Here we go. Done over here.
We mentioned during our starting lineup, tonight is the 70th World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series feature to be contested here. It all began back on May 25th of 2000.
Guy over there, absolutely no issue. Everyone is 100% okay. Everyone got out and was fine, but a lot of torn up race cars there. All right, here we go. We are firing back up and get them rolling. Guy over there on that side, the car cars are going to run through that a few times just to straight out and run it in through the dirt here. Make it a non-slick part of the surface. All right, the yellows are still out. I believe they're going to go around this time.
World Outlaws official making sure
Not
everybody
this
is
coming
marked
time, but the time after that, 5, they will go green, I believe.
Caution lights out. Toyota pace truck will dive into the infield. Trying to start once again for the final feature of 2025. The greatest show on dirt.
All right, tip number 2. Green flag. Got to wait for 57. Once again, all 3 drivers are okay. All turn around and spin up in that one.
Kyle Larson in that swing.
We have still not put a lap up on the board. They're going to try it again. All right.
So we hope the third time is the charm to
behind.
get our final feature of 2025 underway with the World Outlaws Nose Interstate Sprint Car Series.
40 Day did not have a very good start that last time. Not that last time, the time that they actually made the lap, but it didn't count, just a caution at the very end of it. Thursday night, they had to refuel. Had a bunch of guys run out onto the track, refuel the cars. It took so long to get them started. Will that happen again tonight? I don't know. This race is not a very long feature. Only 25 laps once it gets going. Once they get going, 25 laps goes by very quickly. So someone like Rico Avery or Brent Marks or Carson Decido, they're going to have to go. They're pretty far back there. Okay, green flag back. And the only thing that I don't like about Charlotte Motor Speedway is this dumbass rule about the lightning. Because the storm is always way over there. And there's lightning in the area within like 12 miles. So we cannot finish the race for 30 minutes. Terrible rule. Stupid rule. Horrible. It's not anything on the World of Outlaws, but Charlotte Motor Speedway has that rule, and it is pitiful. So we're going to wait around for a few more minutes and then see if we can finish this race. For those of you wondering what I was just so upset about, if you didn't hear it, you just heard me being upset. I love Charlotte Motor Speedway. Drag strip over there, NASCAR track over here, and dirt track. It's really fun, really good place, very well maintained. But they have one stupid policy, and clean the camera. The way the weather works here is it starts there and it goes this way. Well, it passed over. We had a little rain delay, and now that's turn 4 of the NASCAR track over there. Now, over that way, it lightning a few times. It's already past us. It's already gone. Storms don't stop and loop back in. They sweep. So since lightning struck within 8 miles, 30-minute delay, which that is not a World of Outlaws thing. That is 100% a Charlotte Motor Speedway policy. I'd love to see the dumbass, it just happened again, but I'd love to see the dumbass that got struck by lightning the first time that made him put this rule into play. It probably wasn't warranted. But for those of you wondering what Cragen's laughing, those of you wondering what the downsides to racing in general is, it's not usually lightning delays, but at Charlotte Motor Speedway it is. So that's my one gripe about this place, and I think it really needs to change. And if there's anyone watching from Charlotte Motor Speedway that voted on this, I literally hate you. So, yeah. Stay tuned to see if we can ever run the final 20 laps of the sprint car race. Right, after my rant about lightning delays and hating people, we're back. The cars are rolling. Then would have been a really good time to have had a pit pass. That made for some pretty cool interviews. So then would have been a pretty cool time to have a pit pass. It made for some good interviews. So what do you think about this stupid delay? Oh, well, No, but we're getting ready. The lightning is still striking, but it's well over 8 miles away by now. It's way out there. I don't think these guys were allowed to touch the cars. I don't think so. They may have let them, but I don't think so. Now they are lining up. Not quite there yet. I see Rico driving around in the cushion up there. Makes you wonder.
We'll get the field aligned properly in single file formation.
And I believe they are going to start single file. I forgot to mention that. He just said it over the comm, which made me remember. Just like last night, David Gravel's got a really good car, just like Rico did. But with 20 laps to go, once they get to those lap cars, it's up in the air. It's all a matter of when the caution comes out, if the caution comes out, what, not why the caution comes out, I was about to say that, but when and if the caution comes out.
David Gravel now asked to choose inside or outside lane.
Run a few laps, they're not starting single file. I don't know what I was wrong. Anyway, that's what I was saying. They run a few laps, and the caution comes out, and they run a few laps, and the caution comes out, and the lap cars not a problem. But
Side by side,
if
the straight turn 4 on a double file restart, leader is permitted to fire first and can do so anytime.
But if this race runs long and there's not a lot of cautions, then that's the whole reason Rico lost last night, is because he was in the lead and he caught a lap car and Gravel ran him down. So we'll see if Gravel can hang on, and we'll see if he has to, and if he can put the moves on some lap cars to stay ahead for the win in this, or if any of these other great drivers are able to pull off the win. Here we go. Green flag, back out.
for Skylar G in the number 99.
Seatbelt issue. That's why he had to stop. Man, that is not good. Seatbelt issue. You definitely don't want to have one of those in one of these sprint cars. Has not even left the car, and he's requested to go to the pit area, so he's completely fine, saying he wants to continue the race physically. He just spun out on his own and went into the wall. Maybe something in the rear of the car broke. Wow. The leader, though, is out. Good news, like I said, he's 100% okay.
Keep an eye on the number 17.
Is completely in a great position now. He's going to restart second.
Junior squeezing between gravel and the wall.
Thought tonight couldn't get any more interesting? Well, you were wrong.
But he could not make the decision to the top of the bar for the double fire restart to get Rico Abrams.
Buddy Cook is going to be the leader when they come to the green. Rico Abrams going to start second. Carson Day third. Brent Marks fourth. Carson Macedo's making a pretty good run. Past a few cars. What a finish we are in for tonight at the dirt track. Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're getting lined up. I believe the next time by, they're going to go green. Yep, white flag in the air.
Get that dust flying.
So it is official. Rico Abreu does outdo David Gravel tonight. And overall, provided nothing happens to him, he is probably going to have the best overall average finish this weekend of the sprint cars, if nothing happens. Buddy Copeland, not Cook, sorry. But yeah, very exciting finish. Rico was running him down and just goes a little bit too high. We're going to see if Buddy Copeland passes tech inspection, which I'm sure he will. They got him on the scales right now, and we'll see the final result in just a second.
Buddy Copeland live from the cockpit. Removes the head and neck restraint system. He'll take that NOS Energy Drink Victory Lane hat. Crew Chief Dylan Buswell over to congratulate our feature winner.
You can thank David Bravo for your win.
Hoosier Tire neckband and VP Fuels checkered flag. Final feature winner of 2025 for the World Outlaws NOS Energy Richmond Car Series, Buddy Copeland.
Thank you all so much for watching,
We'll get Buddy
and I will
over to
see you all
to talk to Connor Ray.
hopefully on the next video coming out, or if you're not going to watch it, I'll see you in January for the go-kart series.